Meanwhile, residents of another Ukrainian city are still coming to terms with an earlier Russian attack. At least 46 people were killed in the city of Dnipro on January the 14th when a Russian missile struck a block of flats. Many residents were trapped under the rubble. Some were successfully rescued, but it remains one of the war's deadliest single attacks against civilians. DW's Max Zander went to Dnipro. He met one of the first responders on the scene after the building was hit, and he met a woman who escaped with only her life.
He needs to take a moment. This is the first time Genya has been back here. He just got home from the theater with his wife when he heard the explosion and rushed to the scene to help.
Збираю все, що мені необхідно, і йду виконувати завдання. Що я відчув як людина, так, це біль, смуток. Я ж кажу, спустошення всередині. Як людина я це відчув. Але мені треба було згуртуватися і виконувати свої завдання. У мене час на емоції не повинно бути. Далі знаходили загиблих. Жінку і чоловіка. Спочатку чоловіка, потім жінку. Може це підліток, незрозуміло це було.
Then they found someone who was still alive.
Звідси ось видно, 9-й поверх. Зараз прибрані плити, які звисали, рештки плит, все прибрано. А тоді лежала жінка на тому краю. Нога в неї була затиснута плитою. І ще одна плита звисала над нею. Піднялась нагору, в неї настрой був бойовий. Я дякую їй за це. Вона допомагала, хоча була в такому стані, вона допомагала як могла. Але робила все чітко і вірно, що її прохали, про що її прохали.
But this remains the only good part of the day for him. They were ordinary people leading ordinary lives in these homes. Now at least 46 are dead, including Nastya's parents, Natalia and Maxim. The family lived on the 6th floor.
Взагалі, мої батьки були дуже привітними і взагалі завжди готові були прийти на допомогу, якщо хтось це потребував. З початком війни батько тимчасово був без роботи. Він завжди, якщо треба було кудись поїхати, він допомагав робити ці блокпости, засипати мішки з піском. Тобто він намагався якось волонтерити, допомагати, все, що було необхідно, потрібно. Мати завжди допомагала безпритульним тваринам. Ми завжди вилавлювали на вулиці котів, лікували їх за свій рахунок, намагалися знайти їм притулок. Якщо неможливо було зробити це за короткий час, вони були в нас на перетримці. Це ми ніяких коштів на цьому не мали, це все було на нашій ініціативі. Як завжди, перевдягнулися, сіли, пообідали разом. І так як мені потрібно було їхати на роботу ввечері, батьки сказали мені, іди вже відпочивати, а ми ще трохи посидимо на кухні, вони збирались окопні свічки робити. І я сказала, добре, вони залишились на кухні там, а я пішла у кімнату. Це як землетрус був. І тоді я відкрила очі, зрозуміла, що нічого не бачно, бо усюди пилюка, незрозуміло, все сіре, все темне, неможливо було дихати, бо на слизові осідав ось це сміття від стін, від всього цього. І я зрозуміла, що щось трапилося, і я зрозуміла, що таки в наш будинок прилетіло. Я до останнього сподівалася, що з ними все добре. Батьків знайшли, їх дістали з-під завалів, і вони загибли разом.
Nastya lost her boyfriend, a soldier, just months ago to the Russians.
Я її відчуваю так, як я відчуваю ненависть до цих людей, взагалі до цієї нації, бо кажуть, ми ж не винні, це ж все влада, ви цю владу обрали.
She says her parents taught her to be brave. Her determination not to give up is now their legacy.
So how do people deal with trauma like this, and what can be done to help them? For more on this, I'm very pleased to welcome Natalia Nalivaiko, a psychologist who's in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Welcome to DW, Ms. Nalivaiko. Is it possible to manage the effects of trauma while a war is still going on, or is it simply a matter of coping and surviving?
Hello, my name is Natalia, as I was introduced. Yes, you are right. To manage trauma in the trauma is quite a piece of work. Normally, we don't treat trauma. The way we manage it now is to be supportive and educational. I mean, we provide psychoeducation about trauma, how it reflects itself in behavior, in mood, in lack of dreams and lack of work and enthusiasm, for example. And we try to be next to support people who are in trauma. But actually, all of us are in trauma. We live, as I say, in heroic trauma. So the way to manage it is very well known. To be connected to the society, to be connected to each other, to help, to educate, to be next to. This is the way which we do now, because we can't talk really about post-trauma yet, because we are a long inside it.
I did want to speak to you about Ukraine's children. I mean, you've talked about the importance of speaking and feeling connected, but the early childhood years are so formative, and many children will be experience situations that they probably are unable to understand. How can children be helped in a situation like this?
No, children are right. Yeah, you're right. Very many children were killed, about 500 killed, about 900 wounded. So 11,000 children were deported to Russian Federation with no trace. So we don't know about them anything. But children are very vulnerable, very sensitive, and they do understand what happens. I mean, if you don't understand, we are trained, we are taught, and we to talk. I train and taught because we speak to each other. We explain them what is happening. We protect in the moment. When the moment we say, we are trying to find very simple words. But most of the time, of course, the words are good. The words are very important. But of course, we have to be next to children. We have to brace. We have to hug, to talk to. When we have very different instruments, tools. I don't have time to explain how I work in shelters with children. How I work in home when it's bombing. So we just need to be always together.
There is individual trauma, as you've been talking about. There's also collective trauma. How does collective trauma manifest itself in a population, and how debilitating is it?
Yes, right. But each society, I believe, has a collective trauma. It's not always bad, because it's organized as a way of living, people, of nation. And yes, we also have collective trauma. It's connected to, Holodomor. It's connected to other big events, bad events, which were being subordinate to others. And in this collective trauma now is a way which demonstrates itself, like in, I would say, with sometimes bigger. It kind of. It works sometimes for better. I mean, it's kind of been more aggressive. It kind of the way which the healing ways to win. You have to win to overcome the collective trauma. That's why it's kind of are organizing us to fight stronger, bigger.
Okay. We'll have to leave it there, but I'd like to thank you so much for speaking with us, psychologist Natalia Nalivaiko from Kyiv. Thank you.
Thank you.